Welcome to Distant Stitches. Today we are obviously February 14th, so happy Valentine's Day to all of you who celebrate. I don't, I just want chocolate. Our anniversary is on the 8th, so we don't do, no. Yeah. I'm not a flowers and chocolate kind of girl. If I want that stuff, I'll go buy it for myself, honestly.
Yeah, the biggest thing I've ever done for Valentine's Day was Gadget got a snip and clip.
Ooh, nice.
It was a complete accident. It just happened. That was the day they had. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7.
I'm Liz, also known as Jaded Knitter.
And I feel like my lighting sucks compared to yours.
No, it's not bad.
Not better. I always struggle with light.
Yeah, that works.
That's fine. So
yeah, I have massive patio window, and then like
you have like a yellow lighting. The light in front of me is not yellow, but I need to stop complaining about that because when I watch podcasts, I'm like, stop saying sorry. Sorry, I'm Canadian.
Sorry. When in doubt, apologize.
So how have you been the last few weeks? Hibernating. It's been cold in Canada.
And snowy. Oh, joy, it's snowing again.
I can't see the window, so I'm okay with that. All I know is it's very fluffy. And when my dog, Toby, who is a husky, went to roll in it, it just went poof.
Meanwhile, Gadget, who's a pug and does not like the snow.
It's up to his shoulders.
Oh, it's beyond his shoulders. I've like carved out this little area from the deck down so he can get on. And then he's created a path from the deck to his favorite tree.
Okay.
And then back behind my air conditioner, which is just next to my deck, because that's where the vents are for the furnace and everything. So it's
dries it all off.
Well, it's warmer.
Yet I have a spoiled dog, and last year I asked Sean to do it, but he didn't do it. This year I asked him and he did it. So he snowblowed a path around the pool. So Toby does laps. Why not? So this is a knitting podcast.
That we discuss, random things because we get off topic.
Whatever comes to mind, ramble. So we both have FOs. What's jumped off your needles?
So just because it's on top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine's on my lap.
I have my latest owl sweater.
Oh, that red.
Oh, yeah.
Is that from the red I gave you?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Cascade 220.
That's the red in my sweater too.
Oh, okay. I have a couple of balls left, so I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah. Cascade Aaron?
Yeah. It's the 220 Aaron. So it's not quite what the pattern calls for, but I don't care. It worked. There will eventually be, this one is getting eyes. The other ones I've done because they were from my mother didn't have eyes.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, it's getting eyes, but because Ontario is currently in a lockdown, I can't actually get into anywhere that sells buttons.
Yeah.
I mean, I took a quick look at Walmart. I wasn't planning on buying them there anyway, but they sell boring buttons and they're all white.
Go on Amazon.
No, there's a...
You have a place you go, right?
I have a place.
Yeah. And
I've been kind of trying to do shop local type stuff. So when I can. But this is the owl sweater by Kate Davies. Mm-hmm. And it is on a 6 and a 6.5 millimeter, which is a 10 and a 10.5.
Chopsticks.
No, they're bigger than chopsticks.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're pencil size, like a little bit bigger than a standard pencil.
Yeah.
And then, well, I'll tell you because I'm the queen of lace. So I have all the small needles. Bigger ones are a little hard to find. I'll tell you about that when I get to the other sweater. Yeah, I love this. I knit a couple for my mom over the years. Yeah. And I wanted one for myself.
Well, when you started knitting it, my brain was going, but you have Mama Verge.
Yeah, Mama Verge has it. I knit another one identical to this that's light blue that Mom wears a lot.
Nice.
She's perpetually cold. But yeah, mine needs eyes. But it doesn't have them yet.
So I finally finished my sweater. I planned on finishing it. I think it was on the weekend. Did I finish it on the weekend? Anyway, I don't remember. But it's done. Let me click on the screen so I can actually see myself.
Nice.
Yeah. And I decided to do something different with the cuff. So I did the little detail that she calls for, and then I did it in gray. And I really like it because it kind of complements the rest. I'm probably going to make the sleeves a little longer. They didn't quite work out, and I might go on needle. I might actually rip the sleeve, rip the ribbing back and do it. Like I did a smaller needle and it's still not small enough. You understand? Like it doesn't pull in enough. So this is the Cozy Sunday sweater, and it is by Twin Stitches Designs, and I knitted out of Ginger Snap That Luxe DK. This is the fresh is the green. The gray here is called Aspen, and the little bit of cream that's in it is called Stardust. And I knit this on, I still have this wrong needle size in the show notes. 4 millimeter, which is a US 7. And it is so soft. I ain't blocking this puppy. I'm lengthening the sleeves, and Bob's your uncle, we're done. All the ends have been woven in as I went.
Yep.
But I absolutely love it. It might need a little bit more of a steam, but now I can't wait to wear it.
I would say steam and pull the sleeves a little bit to see.
That's what I'm going to try first. And then if the length works, then I might undo the bind off and make it tighter with a smaller needle. Because the bind off I use is a super stretchy one. I just like that for everything. So it gives this really cool detail. But yeah, I might just do that.
I think I used the same one.
Yeah, I love this. It's just, I do it on everything because it doesn't pull everything in. So yeah, that's my FO, and I'm very happy to finally have it. And it's still cold out.
You might want to try elastic thread.
I have some.
Just try weaving some of that into the cuff and pull it.
Yeah, if I get the length, maybe I should. Yeah, I do have some of that because I use that on the top of some of Sean's socks. Because his ankle to calf area is swimmer and a biker, or a cyclist. Yeah, so this stuff is so soft. If you ever have a chance to try Kim's yarn, oh my.
I have a sweater in it too, and it's lovely, lovely, lovely.
This is extra special, and it's DK, so it didn't take long. So that's
this weird kind of rattly noise in the background. That's the pug snoring.
Oh, I just watched a podcast this morning. Cozy Moth Knits. Caitlin's always talking about the dogs in the background. Normally, I don't even hear them. Today, they were just like, pay attention to me, but it doesn't bother me.
But yeah, the weird
earbuds. People with earbuds. Yeah. So do we want to move on to? Oh no, you have something else.
Oh yes, I do.
So cool. So cool.
So for Christmas, my mom got me cards to do card weaving. And let me tell you, that is a slippery, slippery slope.
Kind of like an avalanche, just boom.
Pretty much. So this is, there we go. So this is my test.
Oh my God.
So that's the back.
And that's why you need such a long.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. Maybe I'll insert a picture of it maybe because you sent us a picture, right?
Yes, but I have it and I'll show you.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
And that was me starting because I didn't realize that I had to tug it.
Mm-hmm. But that's okay.
Doing it wrong and somehow.
That's why it's a test.
Yep, exactly.
It'd make a really cute belt.
Well, exactly. And there's like a lot of it. It's almost 1.5 meters. There's at least 1 meter of usable in here.
Yeah, between you and Bente, I almost bought a loom.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it because I'll tell you that later, what I'm doing instead.
Yeah. My loom is what I'm getting for Christmas. because I bought myself a coffee machine for my birthday.
You did get it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I found it on sale and
Nice.
should arrive hopefully later this week.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry. So we are on to works in progress, which brings us to what Liz has in her hands because it's not in the show notes.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Oh, did you add it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was on there before we
I
started.
didn't even know that. Pay attention, lady.
The fourth one down.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So, Darling Buds of May.
Yeah. You go for some. Well,
You want me to go first?
no, I can do this one.
Okay.
So this is Darling Buds of May,
Mhm.
which is by Caroline Steinford. And let me just pull up near you the picture. That's the picture. I wanted a cowl type lace shawl, and our wonderful Leanne gave me this for Christmas. And this is Botanical Fibers, which is from where? Nova Scotia. So same place I'm from originally. So I had to find something that would work well on it. And then I had to...
It's a lace weight, right?
It's lace, yeah. And I cast it on last night and realized that I was using the wrong size needles because
Yeah.
the needles they call for are 2.25 millimeter, but she's also doing it in, like the pattern calls for Mohair, I think it was. Where'd it go? Yeah, Surrey alpaca.
Yeah, totally. You're not, yeah.
Which grows like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Which means I'm now working on a 3.25 millimeter needle.
Should have gone with your gut.
Yeah. When I was casting it on last night, because the neck opening is supposed to be about 31 inches. And when I was casting it on last night, I'm casting it onto a 20-inch needle. And it basically went about halfway. And that should have been the clue that maybe this is the wrong size.
But you realized soon enough that you weren't very far.
Because I'm basically almost back to where I was. I undid it about an hour ago now.
So that is going to be beautiful.
Yes.
So I will show one of my whips that I'm actually working on right this second. And it is the Mohair Don't Care Cowl by Stephanie Cole Creations. Crinkling, because you know, it's me. So that's it there. Basically, it's a tube that you kind of wrap into itself and it becomes like reversible. And I'm knitting this. This was Kiviot. So it's a gray blue. Yeah, my lighting sucks, but we won't go there again, will we?
It looks like a navy almost.
It is, yeah. It's more on the navy. And then this green. So this is a Kiviot. I don't remember from who, but the green is, I have it in here somewhere. It is Shangri-La by Bijou Basin. So 50 yak, 50 silk. And this is emerald. And I'm knitting it on 4.5 millimeter needles. Let me just double check because I'm really good at that, aren't I? 4.5 millimeter needles. So I'm basically going to knit until there's no green left. And then I can basically position this how I want when it's all sewn together. So it's just a big cloud basically. And it's in a bag by Jibiroo Suze. I love this bag. It's got pockets on the outside, which is really cool. And the inside is all flowers. So that's my first whip. And we each have a couple, so you can go ahead.
Okay. So switch projects. This is the Dream Fingerless Mittens by our friend Very Little.
Yep.
Marsha, I love this pattern. It's the same as my sock pattern.
Yeah.
Start getting like further along. But yeah, it's the same stitch count and everything as my sock pattern. So
Yeah, and when you look at the thumb, she's done it totally different. I mean, we're not going to give away what she's done, but
oh yeah, no, I
looks
love
so
the whole
cool.
thing. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this out of Crazy Dog Yarns.
I was going to say Crazy Dog Yarns.
Yep. Hi, Janet. And this is in the bookworm colorway.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm going to do, that's why I'm holding a second skein here.
Okay.
It was one that came with like heels, toes, and cuffs as a separate color. So what I'm doing is oops, that's not the right one. This one. So that's the pattern. And what I'm doing is all of like the base and then this ribbing up here actually flips up over your fingers.
Yeah.
And that ribbing is going to be in
a different color.
Blue.
That's cool.
There's the same thing on the thumb. There's ribbing that flips up over the thumb.
Yeah.
And that's going to be in the dark blue.
That's going to be really cool.
I think so.
Yeah. Really cool.
And these are actually on my standard 2mm US 0 needles. My million sets of yvhiha sharps.
Those are your sharps? Okay.
I don't actually have a pair of the signature ones. I wanted some, but they were too expensive when they
Yeah, because I think you have 2.25s, right?
Yeah, 2.25 is their smallest size, and I've got 2.25 and 2.5 or 2.75. I forget which. Basically a US 1 and a US 2, but their zeros were like $90 US.
It's a little crazy.
And it was a limited run, and I didn't have the money at the time. So
yvhihas are really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like them, and their sharps work well. So like I said, I have like a million pairs of these because every time I go into the store, I buy another pair of US zeros.
Because you can never have too many.
Well, exactly. Because I have
you knit a lot of things on that size.
Yeah, there's more.
Oh, geez.
Actually, the green ones aren't zeros. The pinks are.
Oh.
The browns are my Diacraft wood ones. The greens are the signatures.
So my next project I've been teasing on Instagram is the Absorption Cowl, and by Marsha. This cowl is so cool. I'm not sure if there's not another picture, but it is so cool. So I'm using, one of the yarns I'm using is this blue kind of speckly, and it's got like rust colors, and it's really cute. So basically, here's this one side. So you're doing in sorts short rows. And so you've got the first color on both sides, and it's all in garter stitch. So there's no purling or anything. And it's really, really fun. Like I started this not last night, the night before. Oh, thank you. Oh,
yeah. Hold on.
I was like, what is she doing over there? Yeah. I know, that's a cool photo. Mine doesn't seem to be as large in width as that, but that could just be me.
Maybe gauge could just be it hasn't been blocked yet.
The yarn, it didn't, yeah. So it's really cool. And so this blue color here, and I've shown it on Instagram. See, it's got like these green and yellow specks. That yarn is something I got at the last Knit City. Spur of the moment purchase because my friend Shella bought one and I was like, oh my God, I love it. I need it. And it's Schmutzerella yarns.
Nice.
Right? Is that focusing? Probably not.
Yep.
So Schmutzerella, and it's in the Colonel Mustard's Demise. So we've got, here's the blue.
Mustard in the library with the candles.
Yeah, well, pretty much. And this is, she used to be called Knitting It Up, She's from Montreal, but she has now changed her name to Annie Perrin. And she does a lot of dyeing for Espace Tricot in Montreal. You can see where I'm getting all the specs.
Oh, yeah.
From. So we started off with, this is how the colors are going to go. So I'm on the second color right now. And then if my pen wasn't stuck to the yarn, that would be great. Then we go to this one. It's a really nice fade. And then from that one, gets just a little bit darker. And then the last two. So it's almost in a green black at the end. So it's really cool. I really like it. And it is knit on size 4mm, which is a US 6. And it this yarn was called Waiting for Henry. It was in a sock set for Waiting for Henry sock pattern, but I decided not to use it for that. But yeah, I can't stop knitting on this. It's really addicting. Really addicting.
It's on my list of.
It was either this or the mitts, and I didn't know which one I wanted. So her and I were chatting the other day, and yeah, I got convinced that I needed that to be on my needles.
Well, I mean, since I'm knitting the mitts, we need to be, doing both. We can switch later.
Yeah, exactly. So what else do you have on your needles?
I haven't actually touched the Alpine Glow, so I don't know why that's on there.
I'll take it off. That's what you do when you do show notes live.
Yeah, because I have them on my iPad, so I've actually got the Google Doc up. So you just literally delete.
Yeah.
So I have broken this back out again. Let me just do.
This is called Insanity.
Yep, this is Insanity number
Take 2.
Take 2. Actually, it's not Take 2. It's Insanity 2 because
right. You still have the other one.
Yeah. Insanity. I want a wedding ring shawl. It's called a wedding ring shawl. They are Shetland shawls that are fine enough that they will literally fit through a woman's wedding ring. That is the point. This is the princess shawl. This is the actual pattern booklet. And that's...
Takes the whole book.
Oh, yeah. This is, well, I mean, these are, let me get to the middle one. There we go. That's a chart. That's chart 2, chart 3, chart 4, and then there's more charts. Yeah, there's a lot of charts.
And let me say, she knits this while she's watching TV.
Yep.
She's
I
my
was
hero.
last night while watching TV.
Yep.
I have brought it to knit night. Well, not this one. This one hasn't come to a knit night, but the last one I was knitting on the Queen Susan shawl had gone to knit night before. But yeah, you can see where there's kind of this wave pattern. I'm not quite to the top of that yet.
And so you started at the bottom.
Yeah, you knit
okay.
this. The edging, actually, the border is knit in a whole thing. This one is somewhat of a triangle.
Okay.
So borders knit, you knit the whole border for the bottom of the triangle. Then you pick up stitches and you knit.
How many stitches are on your needle? Just like, I'm not counting as long as the lace looks right.
Here, 865. It's 865 stitches because I'm knitting along this way.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Does it get any bigger?
No.
Okay.
It will eventually get smaller though.
Okay.
But this whole thing up to where you can see this line, that is all a solid piece. The stitches, the stitch count at like 850 stitches will stay the same for that whole length. And then you do another border thing, and then this part in here is where the decrease
is smaller.
Yeah, that's where it gets smaller. And then you
That's where there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, but it's that's the front side.
Wow.
Yeah. So it will be massive.
What are the measurements of that thing when it's done? That's got to be a good 6 feet.
Something like that, yeah.
Because it's not blocked right now.
No.
We all know with lace, the blocking is what does it.
Oh yeah. And this is it's merino and silk. Mostly silk is the yarn, so it will grow.
Is that the gossamer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Gossamer Web on Etsy.
Yeah.
And it's her Phoenix, which it's 50 grams for like 2,500 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mohair is fine.
Yeah. It will be 64 by 108 inches.
Oh.
So 1.5 meters by 2.5 meters. Or sorry, by almost 3 meters.
Wow.
Yeah. I had to get my father to build me a rack to stretch it on. So he's actually built me a traditional stretching stand for Shetland shawls.
Nice.
And it is over 7 feet by 7 feet to get it big enough. So yeah.
Yep. Hey, buying one of those would be.
You can't anymore.
No.
Yeah. Actually, that's not true. You apparently can still buy them because these are traditional Shetland ones.
Mm-hmm.
But
still,
yeah.
Ain't nobody got that kind of money.
No, especially, I have other things, but this is going to be like one of 2 of my masterworks. And it's by Sharon Miller.
Yeah.
And it's off of her heirloom knitting, which is on Etsy. I don't think this one is in print anymore.
Okay.
I caught, it was a limited run to start with, and then she did a reprint, and this is the reprint.
Okay.
And I caught a copy of the reprint just before it went out of print again. So yeah, that's going to be a while, because y'all know how fast I knit.
Yes.
I started it in February, and I think this was April.
Yeah. Yeah, it was about April.
Yeah. So that much, because I was knitting on this pretty much daily.
Yeah.
When you consider the fact that this whole sweater took me in total probably a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my other whip, I think I only have one more. Yes. I cast on the Felix pullover. Of course, I'm never on the first page because, why? This is by Savory Knitting, who is, what's her real name? I can't remember her actual name.
I don't.
But it's a Felix pullover. Everybody's seen it. It's been really popular lately. Oh, Amy Christoffers. I have it right in the show notes, so maybe I should read those. So I decided to cast this on. I wanted a comfy sweater, and I wanted to use some yarn that I've had in stash since Rhinebeck 2017. So there was always, in one of the main buildings, there was always this one booth that had massive amounts of yarn, uber cheap. Were you there when we went with Elizabeth? And Elizabeth, I wanted yarn. Elizabeth wanted a bag from me. So she paid for the yarn and I made her a bag.
I think so, yeah.
So this is Aussie wool. Not sure if it'll focus. There we go. And it is Oasis yarns. It is the color chocolate, and it's 200 yards per 100 grams. And I have 10. So I have plenty to do the Felix pullover. So I cast it on. And so I've got, it looks really small because I have it on a small needle. So I've got the ribbing done, and I'm about to do the short rows. And I was mentioning to Liz earlier, that I'm really confused by them because I keep getting big holes. So there's something I'm not doing right. So I'm going to watch a couple videos, but some someone mentioned German short rows. So maybe I'll try those. I'm not sure, but I ripped it back and I just left it at the collar because I don't want to fuss with it until I know what I'm doing. So it's a nice chocolate brown. And like I said, I've had this in my stash and it's a stash down year, take 2 because last year was supposed to be that, but that didn't happen.
Last year was a dumpster fire and
exactly.
And then someone threw a Molotov cocktail in it.
There you go. That's what it is. And for me, this year ain't turned out any better so far.
Well, at least this year didn't start with a fire.
Yeah, true.
The 31st of December, 2019, I get into my office at work and there's like fire trucks everywhere.
I forgot about that.
So my office, it's an old building and one of the old heaters caught on fire. It didn't really do any damage other than the heater.
Yep.
The heater was kaput. Oh my God, the stench. And somebody had put it out with a fire extinguisher. I knew how much was in a fire extinguisher because I did training years ago.
You realize how much was in a fire extinguisher?
Somebody used an entire industrial fire extinguisher. There was powder. But yeah, that was how 2019 ended for me. And I'm like, okay, well, 2019 wanted to go out with a bang.
Came right in through to the next year.
Well, it wasn't 2019 going out with a bang.
It was 2020 coming
in with one.
Yeah, that was just a foreshadow of what was going to happen.
Yep.
Wow.
I remember joking with my boss going, yeah, this is, the end of 2019 and it wanted to go out with a bang. 2020 will be better. And yeah.
That didn't happen.
Nope.
So do you have one more whip, right?
Yes, I do. Metropolis. I cannot say that word.
I know. We were like, yeah.
How do you say it?
When did you cast this on?
Last weekend?
I've never seen it.
Yeah. I mean, this is where I had mentioned earlier that I always I have piles of little tiny needles. Those are just like the random ones that are kicking around on my dining table. This isn't even my entire collection. This thing is knit on, what was it? Like size 14 or something.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, sorry. It was US 10, 1075, and 11, which is
1075?
Yep. It's a 6, 7, and 8 millimeter.
7?
7.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that existed either. I actually found some of these needles in my stash. They were in deep enough stash that they were the ones that I had bound with an elastic to keep them all together. And I took them out of the bag and basically the elastic disintegrated.
Yeah. Shredded.
Which tells you how long they've been in stash.
Takes a long time for an elastic to shred.
Yes. But yeah, this is what it is.
That's really, really nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of odds and ends.
Is that some of the brown I sent you?
I think so. Yes. Yeah, this is some of the brown you sent me, and then this is leftovers. So it's Cascade 128.
Yeah.
Which is their bulky. Is these ones, and then this brown is, I think it's Cascade Eco, the Eco Cloud, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And then obviously.
Really nice. I love how is that a blue or a purple?
It's blue.
Yeah.
There will probably be purple. That's what.
Oh yeah, nice.
Purple. Because I think I need to add length to it.
Oh my God, that is going to be so comfortable.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. This is what it looks like when it's not done out of like random colors.
I like yours better.
I figured
it's giving me the Hohi vibe.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. And I figure I need to use up some of the yarn that's in my stash because it's taking up a lot of room.
Yeah.
And I'm out of room.
And who was that by?
This one is Tanis Lavallee.
Cool.
who's also one of my favorite dyers. She does Tanis fiber arts.
Yeah, she's got some nice stuff.
Oh yeah, great patterns, lovely yarn, Canadian. She's from Quebec.
Yes, true. I always get her mixed up with Tanis Gray.
I know. I did.
Not the same person, but they're both in the knitting world.
Yeah. And this pattern, because I'm not going to attempt to say the name again because I'm going to mess it up, is free. It's one of her freebies. So
Metropolis.
Metropolis.
Like Superman.
Yes.
What we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. And that is like, I did all of that in under a week. I'd have the whole thing done, but I have to figure out what I'm doing for the bottom. And possibly just stick it on longer needles to see if it's long enough as is.
Yeah, because if you fade into the purple or if you have blue, whichever, it'll look really nice.
Yeah, I've got more of the blue. Like I have a lot more of the blue. So I might do blue down at the bottom.
That would be cool.
But yeah.
Just pulling up the treat yourself because we said we were going to announce prizes.
Oh, yes.
So I was thinking of giving away 2 patterns. And I know last time we spoke, you said you had needle cozies.
Yep. I have a bunch of needle cozies. I have 2, 3. I'll have to double check. And these are from Bling Your String.
Okay.
Who's local.
So did you want to do one of them, 2 of them, and save some for something else?
We'll do one because I'm not 100% sure where the other one is at the moment.
Okay. So 2 patterns and a needle cozy. So I will draw 3 names. So in the treat yourself, we have had, so there was 31 entries. It says 32, but if you count my post at the beginning, it's 31. So I'm going to get a random number generator. And so we're going to do 2 to 32. Let me just make sure that that's right. Yep. So 2 to 32. So the first one is going to be for the needle cozy from Liz. So if your name is called, you will need to message Liz on either Instagram or Ravelry with your address, and she'll send that out to you. So the first number generated is number 16. So I will go into the thread and we will see who number 16 is. It's on the first page, which is easy. So the first one is our friend Yvhiha, who lives she's in Sweden. So yvhiha, which is a made up name. It doesn't mean anything. We asked her that years ago. What does it mean? Her name is Yvonne. She is a longtime follower of the podcast. She's been following us even way back to our beginning of the Two Tangled Skeins. She made The Secret Life of Cats and Dogs. It's a cozy shawl. So it's a bunch of stripes. I'll post a picture when I edit this so you guys can see what it is. And then for the first pattern, which will be up to $5 US, the winner is number 15. Who's the one before that? Angeiship. I think that's how you say her name. And she is in Oshawa. And she made a crocheted, it looks like, yeah, it's a basket. So Angie is hip. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Andrea, can you contact me on Ravelry or Instagram? And, or actually Ravelry would be best. Let me know what pattern of $5 US you would like. And last but not least, what number is it going to give us this time? Number 5. So number 5. Yvhiha, you won again. So you win a pattern. So if you message me on Ravelry, Yvonne, you made a pair of colorwork mitts, and I will, they are called the Overick Vamtar. Not sure if I'm spelling that right. So if you message me on Ravelry and tell me what pattern you want, I will gift it to you. And don't fret, your last prize is on its way very soon. I just haven't gotten there yet. She won a prize in the last one.
Cool.
Yeah. So those are our winners for the Treat Yourself Whip Smell that we had going on with Bente. So now we can talk about Face Your Fear Sweater Edition. Hashtag Don't Fear the Sweater. How's that going?
There actually hasn't been as much interest in it. So,
but there's a few finished FOs in there, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Chicky Poo, who is, I think that's still her name.
Tammy.
Who's Tammy?
Say her name again so she can tell her husband to watch.
Hi, Tammy. Who's a friend of mine from Nova Scotia. And she actually finished a sweater for her, so she's done one. And
I love her take on it because she made the flax, but on the arms she did a cable.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
It is. It's
so
really
cool,
and it looked really, really nice.
Yeah, she did a really great job.
And I'll put the offer out there still. If you want to do a sweater and you have questions or anything like that, contact me either on Rav or on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And I'll help you out. And
we have a coupon code.
Yes. Yes.
I have the patterns here. So the original coupon code was for, Marsha, our friend, Very Little. This is the Skaha sweater. See if I can get a better picture. So that's one pattern that the coupon code is good for. And tomorrow she's going to update the coupon code pattern for her latest release, which is Contemplate. And Liz has knit this sweater.
I have, and I really like it.
Yeah.
It's another quick, easy knit. It's done in bulky yarn. Well, I used Aran. No, I did use bulky because it's 120. It's Cascade 128.
Yeah.
But yeah, both are lovely, lovely sweaters. And then the other one that I had recommended is Tin Can Knits. It's the flax sweater just because it is super easy. And the instructions are really, really good on it.
Well, yeah, and you get the basic gist of a sweater and it's free.
Yeah.
So, and she has given us a coupon code.
Yes. So Marsha has given us a coupon code for hers, and it is Distantsweater, and that is for 40% off, and that goes until June 11th.
Yeah. And as I said, tomorrow she will have the Contemplate on that with that discount code as well. So you can get 2 of her sweaters. So, okay. So the next thing is the Stash Down, which I am spearheading. And it is basically Yarn Purge Edition 2021. The hashtag is Yarn Purge 2021, sponsored by Arctic Crafts, who's our good friend Bente. And you might wonder, if you haven't watched before, why are you doing a sponsor for a yarn purge? Why not? And so if you actually use her yarn, she has a code DistantStash10. It's good all year. But if you knit something in her yarn, you get a double post. So post it twice. And that's basically it. Yeah. There's no really rules, just use stash, and it doesn't really matter how small it is. Do you have any stash? Oh, wow, that populated and I didn't see it.
Yes, I have.
So I have to show this. This, our friend Belinda, who is in Australia, she did her advent calendar opening of yarn on Instagram. And at the end, she had some giveaways. And well, I won one of the giveaways. It's the Baby Yoda. It's Grogu.
That is so cute.
And it's sparkly right here. And on the inside, yarn balls. So it's really cute. I really love it. And it's like a faux suede on the bottom.
Really cool. Okay. So it's going to stand
little sock back. I don't actually know who made it. I forget who made it. But if I'll ask Belinda and I can put it in the show notes. Isn't that cute?
That is.
But what she sent with it, which I was not expecting, you know it's coming, don't you? Do you remember what she sent with it?
No, I don't. Oh, yes. Now I remember.
This is a bottle opener, but these are kangaroo balls. as Belinda would say, they're rue balls. And it's just really funny because my husband collects bottle openers. And so it's a kangaroo scrotum. Sorry. That's what it says on the label. My husband lost it when I showed him. He was just like, oh my. And he sent a picture to his friend Nathan, his best friend. They both collect bottle openers. And Nathan was just like, I have no words. He did the explosion emoji. And I'm like, well, let me work on getting you one too, because you guys both have to have the same thing.
And Toby, her husky, really liked it. And
yeah, he would not stop smelling it. I literally had to, I put it in the bag, and then he was like really interested in the bag. So then I had to kind of bring it upstairs because I don't know what it smells like. They're not real, obviously. Or wait, are they?
They are.
They are. Oh.
I'm fairly certain the innards aren't.
Okay.
But
Next.
on
On that note.
Yep. On that note, moving along. I didn't realize you didn't know they weren't. Thought you did.
It makes it all the more fun when I told Tyler to touch it, and he goes to touch it, and I'm like, those are balls, and he's like, what?
So I was mentioning my weaving stuff earlier.
Yep.
So Mom had got me, these are your standard weaving cards.
It says car in the show notes. Is it card?
It's card. Oops.
Fixed.
Yeah, I was having computer problems.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a weaving card, and you put yarn through all 4 holes, and then magic happens.
Look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are videos.
There are. I'll post links to some of the ones that I was watching originally, because
Mind-blowing.
it is. Knitting is magic, but this is like straight up like sorcery, wizardry, something.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, it's witchcraft. So this is the actual loom, and you attach the yarn and then run it up through the pegs depending on how long you want it.
Which I totally couldn't understand it until you showed me your finished product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my latest.
What made you want to get that sort of loom? I'm very interested in the thought process. Because when people say looms, they think your standard rectangular loom.
Standard rotating loom. I had looked at these and gone, okay, well, this looks interesting. And I mean, a pack of cards isn't too expensive. Yeah. And it went from there. Because you can actually do these on what's called backstrap loom, which is literally, you tie it to like a twig or whatever, brace it between your feet, and then the other half's tied to a belt. And you're doing it that way.
Okay.
That's what I had planned on originally. And I'm like, no, I need an actual loom.
Yeah, I've been toying. Well, as you know, I've been toying with the idea because Bente got a knitter's loom, and it's really cool because you can actually fold it with your weaving in it if you have like space. You don't have a lot of space. I've been going back and forth, and I just thought, you know what? No, I'm not going to get one. If I do anything, I'm going to make myself a pin loom. So I bought a few. I looked online, and basically you buy art canvases of whatever size you want, take the canvas off. There's patterns and stuff you can find via YouTube, and you can make your own pin loom. So I spent all of $6 at the dollar store, and I have 3 different sizes. So I'm going to give that a go, and it's not going to cost me exorbitant amounts of money because, more hobbies.
Well, I figured I will use the braids, because this stuff is actually like, it's really strong, because it's not only woven this way, but it's also twisted.
Oh, okay.
Because when you rotate the cards, that's what gives you the different pattern, but it also twists everything around each other. So it's
super sturdy.
Yeah. So I'm planning on, one of the things I'm planning on doing with it is making a bunch of fashion dog collars for Gadget.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Another thing that I've seen these used for is leashes for dogs. They are actually sturdy enough to use as a leash for a dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really cool. You can use it as a belt.
Yep. That's another thing you use them for. That was
you know what else I just thought of? You could make a plant holder.
Yep. And you can make, like, this is just a fairly thin one. You can actually make them quite wide. Guitar straps are actually probably the most common thing that people think of when they think of this stuff.
Okay.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah. I figure I'll do a bunch of them. And I mean, what I might do is end up just popping them up on Etsy, and if someone wants them.
Hey.
Yeah. The other thing that I was looking at using them for is the inside of button bands. So the stabilization for a button band.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because I can make them to match the sweater.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very original.
They're not, like, they're very sturdy.
Because not all people are going to want to make those, but they might want to buy them.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's made out of crochet cotton.
Yeah, which is not expensive.
Exactly. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, if I don't end up with a larger loom by Christmas of this year, it'll be a fairly large miracle. That's pretty much already decided. That's what my Christmas gift this year is going to be.
Cool. So I have some stash from Norway, because of course I do.
Of course you do.
So I don't know if any of you watch Bente's podcast, but I was sending her some yarn that she probably would never acquire because of where she lives and the VAT tax and everything. And she's always wanted to try Hue Loco. And I had a kit that I had bought of Hue Loco to make a shawl by Mina of, what is her, Knitting Expat?
Yes.
And so she said, I'll take the yarn and knit the shawl. This thing it's massive.
And lovely.
And then she decided it really isn't her colors. And because I had bought the yarn in the pattern as a kit, that I would probably want it. So she sent it back. Her intention the whole time was to send it back to me. So I love it. It's going to be so beautiful in the spring. And the vacuum sealing did not harm the blocking that she did at all. So there's that. And then, so I was saying earlier that Bente and I always split our self-striping yarn skeins and send each other half. So she sent me two. This one is Countess Ablaze. I don't know the colorway. That green is a little more green in real life, a little more pop. And then this one is Nicole C. Mendez. I really, really like this one. Camera's over here, Sue. That one's really cute. And when she was shopping, I forget where she was. I think it was when she went for her mother's funeral. She bought this Salida glitter. It's a superwash, and it's superwash ULD. I'm not sure what that means. And it's super sparkly. And it's basically our two colors. Actually, it's our two colors too.
Yep.
So I can't wait to, I don't know what, I think I'm going to make a hat out of it. It looks like a DK, I think. 200 meters for 50 grams. So it might be a DK. Sport. Anyway, I'll look it up. She dyed up a colorway in honor of her mother when her mother was sick. And before or after she passed away. And she called it Resilience, and it's her Corridel sock, which is 80/20 Corridel wool nylon, and this is it.
Is that the one on the gray base?
No.
Okay.
No, this is the one she dyed gray and then put the colors on top. But yeah, she has a new Polldale base that's gray, and she dyed, her shop update is today. So yeah, it would have already happened. It was at 8 p.m. her time. But yeah, it's really interesting to see it on the gray base. I may or may not have 5 skeins of the gray base coming. She gave it to me at cost. What's a girl to do? And I'm not going against my rules. I'm only buying yarn from her. Then she dyed up this colorway. And we were going back and forth. And I've helped her name a few colorways. And I was like, that reminds me of Pop Rocks.
Yes.
Right? And then she paired it with this uber bright pink, which not sure I'm going to use, but if I knit these socks for Ashley, I might put the pink. But isn't that cool?
That is.
Yeah. And then I got my January. Hopefully everybody who has ordered her mystery yarn club has got their January.
You might want to skip ahead a bit.
Yeah, skip ahead if you haven't, because warning. So I'm going to show you the inspiration photo first. So this was her inspiration photo.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it on her DK, her XR Merino DK, which is 80/20 merino nylon, and it's 244 meters. And this. Nailed it?
Nailed it.
Yep. So I'm so excited. She just shipped February's. So it's just, I'm not a purple lover and I'm not a blue lover. It's not either. Like there are specks of like black in there. So I think it'll make a really nice hat.
It's a very perfect, like midwinter's night.
Exactly. Exactly. And the other thing I got was yarn that she ordered for me before Christmas. And this is the Drops Charisma. And I was thinking of making the new tweed pullover by Twin Stitches Designs. So I was thinking of making it in this like olivey green. And then my contrast colors were this. So I got 2 of each of the burgundy or kind of rustic rust color. And I think I got like 14 of these because the put out is only 109 yards. So, but they were like $2.80 a ball.
Nice.
So yeah. Do you have other things to show?
No, that was it. I have a couple of books and whatnot, but they're all weaving books and I forgot to unpackage them.
Okay. And the last thing that I have, and this goes into a coupon code that we have. So I bought myself and Bente a mug. Hers is more purpley pink with her name in the middle. Mine's all green. This is the same thing, the same pattern Chevis got. So this is from Knit Swag. And this is a 15-ounce mug. So it's a nice size. So I got one of those. And then I asked her if she wanted to do a coupon code. And she said yes. So Distant Stitches 15 gives you 15% off until April 1st.
Nice.
What else is on our show notes? New series coming on our channel soon. We actually just recorded the first episode. So stay tuned for that. What else? Oh, we want to talk about virtual knit nights.
Yes.
So we're thinking of having some virtual knit nights. I posted in Ravelry. A couple people said yes. And so Liz and I were going back. We used to do this a while back with Two Tangled Skeins. So we're thinking, I think we decided maybe Wednesdays.
Yep.
And so I don't know if we want to start next week or the week after. Do we want to do it on off week of the podcast? Do we want to do it weekly, bi-weekly? We haven't figured out those details yet, but we will post on
in the Ravelry group. Yeah,
in the Ravelry group, and we'll post it on Instagram via the Distance Stitches account. Brain. So if you're interested in that, comment below, let us know. And last thing that I wanted to say is if anybody is out there who is a maker and would like to donate a gift to the podcast for giveaways or prizes, contact one of us via Ravelry or Instagram. It'd be really great to showcase some makers on the channel.
Or, I mean, like test stuff out, because I'm always up for like testing out new stuff.
Yeah, you want to send out yarn to test or
whatever.
Want to do pattern giveaways, you know, it doesn't matter. Just let us know. I think that's it.
Yep.
Pretty much. So again, happy Valentine's Day to all you lovers out there. I'll be going to the drugstore very shortly, and I'll be coming home with some chocolate.
Cheap chocolate day.
Cheap chocolate day. The best chocolate ever.
Yes.
Oh God, there was something else. Oh, subscribe, like, notification bell, all that jazz. Comment below anything you want to see. We have a thread with the Ask Us Anything in our Ravelry group. We have the threads for the knit-alongs are in the group. Yeah, pretty much it. So the off episodes that we were talking about will be airing on the opposite week of the podcast. So it'll be airing next week.
Yep.
We've got a few things lined up. We've got a few topics lined up. I think it'll be fun. And hey, if there's something you want us to talk about on these off episodes, and we are calling it Cafe Knits.
Yeah.
Cafe Chats.
Cafe Chats. That was
Cafe
it.
Chats. Yes.
We'll get it eventually.
We'll get it. It's a new name to learn. So that's it.
That's it.
Happy Sunday.
Happy
See you
crafting.
in 2 weeks. Happy crafting. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Oh no, I did it again. I get 1 week without not knowing how to stop it. Okay, I got it. Doing it now.
Sure.
Yes.